Imagine a room buzzing with energy, where languages collide like fireworks and ideas bounce off the walls in a kaleidoscope of accents and dialects. This is the story of a team unlike any other: engineers, artists, and dreamers from 5 continents, tasked with building a sustainable water system for a remote village. But it wasn't just about pipes and pumps. It was about weaving together cultures that had never met before. Their first obstacle? Communication felt like decoding an ancient puzzle. One spoke in rapid Spanish, another in soft Swahili, while a third's English was stitched with a thick Vietnamese accent. Meetings were chaotic, misunderstandings common, and frustrations simmered beneath the surface. Yet, instead of retreating into their comfort zones, they adopted a radical strategy. They didn't just translate words, they translated intentions. They used sketches, gestures, and stories from their own childhoods to explain complex ideas. When words failed, a smile or a shared meal bridged the divide. They created a culture map on the wall, a vibrant tapestry of traditions and values, reminding everyone that differences weren't barriers, but building blocks. As days turned into weeks, something remarkable happened. The team began to anticipate each other's needs, adapting their approaches like a well-rehearsed orchestra tuning into a new symphony. The water system they crafted wasn't just functional, it was a masterpiece reflecting the ingenuity of every culture involved. When the first drop of clean water flowed into the village taps, cheers erupted, not just for the success, but for the journey that made it possible. This story teaches us that true collaboration requires patience, empathy, and the willingness to see beyond language and culture. Next time you face a challenge with someone different from you, remember, don't just hear their words, listen to their heart. Use your creativity to build bridges, not walls. And most importantly, celebrate the unique rhythm each person brings to your shared goal. But the story doesn't end there. The team's journey was a living lesson in the power of human connection and adaptability. Each individual brought more than technical skills. They brought their heritage, their perspectives, shaped by different histories and landscapes. Maria, the engineer from Colombia, often recalled the rivers that ran through her childhood town, sharing stories that helped the group understand the importance of water beyond infrastructure, as a source of life and community. Amina, the artist from Kenya, used vibrant colors and traditional patterns in her sketches to communicate ideas about water flow and conservation, turning technical diagrams into visual stories that everyone could grasp, regardless of language. Meanwhile, Min, the Vietnamese hydrologist, would quietly observe, then contribute with precise data and gentle suggestions, often using analogies from his childhood experiences with monsoon seasons to explain complex environmental factors. Their meetings, once a cacophony of confusion, evolved into sessions filled with laughter, shared meals, and moments of silence that spoke volumes. The team learned that patience was not just about waiting, but about understanding the pace at which others processed information and emotions. They discovered that gestures varied widely. A nod in one culture meant agreement, while in another, it was merely acknowledgement. Recognizing these nuances prevented misinterpretations and built trust. The culture map on the wall grew richer each day, adorned not only with symbols and colors, but with photographs, recipes, and handwritten notes, transforming the workspace into a mosaic of human stories. Challenges were many. At one point, a critical component failed due to a misunderstanding of local materials and environmental conditions. Instead of assigning blame, the team gathered around, dissecting the problem with openness and humility. They invited elders from the village to share their knowledge about the land and water cycles, blending traditional wisdom with modern engineering. This collaboration deepened the team's respect for the community they served and underscored the importance of inclusive problem-solving. The team also grappled with time zones and deadlines, frequently adjusting their schedules to accommodate each other's needs. They celebrated cultural festivals together, from Diwali to Ramadan to Carnival, recognizing that these moments of joy and reflection strengthened their bonds. Through these shared experiences, they learned to listen not only with their ears, but with their hearts, understanding the unspoken hopes and fears behind each suggestion and hesitation. As the project neared completion, the team organized a community gathering, inviting villagers to witness the transformation their combined efforts had wrought. Children danced around the new water taps, elders expressed gratitude through songs and blessings, and the team members exchanged embraces, tears, and promises to return. This moment was more than a technical success. It was a testament to what humanity can achieve when it transcends barriers. Reflecting on their journey, the team recognized that the greatest innovation was not just in the water system itself, but in the process of creation, where diversity was harnessed as a strength and every voice mattered. They pledged to carry these lessons forward, understanding that the challenges of the world are best met not in isolation, but in unity. So, when you find yourself facing a challenge alongside someone whose background differs from yours, remember this story. Embrace the complexity, seek to understand intentions beyond words, and build bridges with creativity and empathy. Celebrate the unique rhythms, stories, and dreams that each person brings to your shared endeavor. In doing so, you don't just solve problems, you create masterpieces of collaboration that ripple far beyond the immediate task, nourishing communities and inspiring generations to come.